Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about what could have been. You know, it's been big news recently about the world's most mysterious song. And I'm sure many of you, like myself, have been following this story for a long time. And quite surprisingly, the mystery was recently solved. The band behind the world's most mysterious song was a German band called Fex, F-E-X. And there's been all kinds of footage and coverage and videos on YouTube about this discovery. And it's really amazing and really interesting on one hand. Of course, you know, it's really incredible when you think about how this mystery was unsolved for so long. And then after more than 40 years or so, finally, we all know who is the artist behind the world's most mysterious song. But I can't help but wonder, what if? When I was a boy growing up in the 80s, Marvel Comics published a comic book called What If? And if you're not familiar with this comic, basically it took very well-known stories and put a twist on them. For example, what if the radioactive spider had bitten someone other than Peter Parker? Well, presumably someone else would have become Spider-Man or Spider-Woman, whatever the case may be. That kind of thing, taking a story and looking at it from a different angle and wondering, what if? And really, when it comes to the world's most mysterious song, or Like the Wind, I really have to wonder, what if this song had been a hit? I think most of you would agree with me that a lot of the times a hit song becomes a hit because of a variety of factors. Being in the right place at the right time, having the song get in the right hands, whether it's the hands of a record label, a manager, a producer. You know, we've seen that so many times in the past where a song has gotten into the right hands and therefore it became a big hit. I think, really, if things had have gone in a different direction, Like the Wind could have been a massive worldwide hit. Let me explain. So first of all, I have to say that I'm really glad the mystery was solved. It took a long time and many people worked very hard for many years to try to figure out who the artist was. And on one hand, I'm very happy that the mystery was finally solved. But to be totally honest with you, I love a good mystery. And you know, on one hand, I'm a little bit disappointed that the mystery was solved. It's almost like if they announced tomorrow that the whole Bigfoot mystery had been resolved and they conclusively could prove that Bigfoot was a real thing, or if they could definitely prove that the Loch Ness Monster was a real thing. I think I'd be really disappointed, because then the mystery is over, the fun is over, the guessing is over, and that's part of the fun of a mystery. But thinking about Like the Wind, you know, I wonder, what if this song got into the hands of a really famous and a really well-known producer? Let's say, looking back at the 80s, one of the hottest producers was Trevor Horn. Well, what if this song got into the hands of a very talented producer like Trevor Horn? I think there could have been a very good chance that this might have been a huge hit. Now, some of you may be saying, well, yeah, but you know, the singer's English is kind of broken. You can tell he has a really thick accent, and therefore I don't think it would really, you know, it wouldn't have been a huge hit worldwide. Well, to that I would say, if you've ever heard the song Don't Cry Tonight by Savage, that guy has a really thick accent, and if you look at the lyrics are really broken and really in nonsensical English, and that song was still quite a hit. Again, that's Don't Cry Tonight by Savage. And there's been examples of that, where songs with, you know, someone singing with a very thick accent still became very big hits. So I really don't think that would have been a factor going against the song. And it really makes me wonder, how many other lost songs are out there? You know, how many songs are out there tucked away, demos or whatever, tucked away on a forgotten cassette, a forgotten 7-inch, an indie single that some band released 40 years ago and didn't really get a lot of attention. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of songs like that that are just pure gold that could have been hits, like I said, if they ended up in the right hands. If, you know, maybe an A&R person at a record label had discovered that song, or the right producer. It just really makes you stop and think, and really makes you wonder. I love thinking about that really there's probably so many lost songs that have been released over the years, And I'm sure, especially in the 80s, I'm a big fan of 80s music, I'm very familiar with 80s music, and I'm sure there were tons of songs released in the 80s that were only sort of minor hits or maybe local hits. And I really have to wonder, again, if those songs ended up in the right hands, in the right distribution, in the right record company, they could have become massive worldwide hits. I really, truly believe that. There were actually many, many songs from the past, especially in the 80s, that were B-sides or album tracks, or again, they were released as singles, but they were just very, very minor and didn't get very far. I just wonder if the stars had been aligned in a different way, or again, if the key person had come along at the right place at the right time, if they discovered that song, I'm sure in many cases those songs would have been much wider known and much more popular. Again, one of the big points I really want to make in this video is that it's really a delicate balance. And sometimes I think that talent has very little to do with it. I think a lot more of it has to do with meeting the right people at the right time. Again, having a good song end up in the hands of someone who could turn it into a great song. I think that's really key in many cases. So much of success, especially in the music industry, really depends on chance and really depends on the right person hearing that song in the right moment and really believing in it and having the resources to really promote and push that song and therefore make it become a hit. I just really wonder, I love Like the Wind, the most mysterious song on the internet. It's a good song. And I really think that, with the right polish and with the right people behind it, the right record label, I'm sure this could have been a big hit. I firmly believe that meeting the right people at the right time is just as important, maybe if not more important, than the talent of the band or the artist. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're like me, you've totally enjoyed the journey of the world's most mysterious song. You've been following it for a long time, as I have, and it's really, really a fascinating story. And I am absolutely certain more stories like this are going to come along. I am absolutely positive that there are tons and tons of songs out there that are just ready to be rediscovered on old cassettes tucked away under someone's bed. Please feel free to leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and as always, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. We now feature over 300 videos on this channel, and every time someone subscribes, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.